Oh, you love it, don't you? Don't you just love line marking?
Spent probably 52 hours this week getting the pitch playable. However, the game was called off by the ref.
We made the right decision last night to start late. It absolutely hammered it down this morning and it's still raining.
What we're going to do is head to 𝐟𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵. It's probably the only site that we can make any progress on by hand, or whether we can get kit on there, I don't know. But yeah, one of them. So we'll head over there. But another rain day, not good. It's got to be the slowest start to a year.
There were 3 in the van.
One named Dan.
And the other named
Jordan.
Monday morning, we start another week at CUTCREW. Happy days, it's nice and early. It is, I've been in the yard since 6 o'clock, but it's now 6:30. I am on the road to the first job of the day, which is line marking at one of our schools. And then I'm heading over to Swindon, where we have got a Tracknology demo. So I'll be showcasing the Tracknology to another contractor over there. Meanwhile, Dan and Jordan have got 2 commercial sites and then another large commercial site, and hopefully in the afternoon we can all tally up and meet up to get some football prep done, ready for a game tomorrow. Let's go get it! Got diesel to burn and money to earn. Let's go! So all the marking is now done at that school site, and I've got a 2-hour 10 journey across to the Tracknology demo. So we're head across there. I've had a catch up with Dan this morning. Unfortunately, Jordan's not well this morning, so he's not coming to work. So Dan's gonna have to cover the 3 sites that we got listed for that team. And then hopefully, once I'm done at the demo and Dan's done with his sites, it works out quite well that we can join up and assist each other. But yeah, is what it is. Main objective right now: drive safe, get over to the demo, show the equipment off, give honest advice and feedback, get back and get a load of work done. Happy days. Demo all sorted in Swindon. Sometimes I wish I did film the demo. It's not probably the right thing to do, but the realization on people's faces on how out their pitches actually are when you stick a GPS marker up against the original lines can sometimes get a bit awkward, but luckily this time it didn't, and they saw the benefits of GPS, saw the benefits of the machine. Just had honest conversations with them as well and said, look, how many pictures you're doing, blah blah blah. And it's nice to see other people's growth and their excitement for the machine as well. But anyway, back to the rainy Milton Keynes area, and let's try and get some more work done for the day. As you can tell, back in the Milton Keynes region, although we are now at 𝐟𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵. Not really Milton Keynes, Jack, is it? Got Dan on the tractor. We're going to get this rolled, brushed, and a really light spiking ahead of tomorrow's game. Mainly just to try and ease any bobbles that may be left out with that roller. Whilst Dan is on the tractor, I'm going to go ahead and get the line marking sorted out with the robot. Got the training areas to do out the back, and also the main pitch for tomorrow. Trying to get it done today just to take the pressure off tomorrow, so if there is any weather and we aren't able to mark it tomorrow, it's done and we've not got to panic. So yeah, let's get on with it. Oh, you love it, don't you? Don't you just love line marking?
it, all sorted. Slitted, brushed, rolled, training areas line marked, main pitch line marked, lights out ahead of tomorrow. Only thing we'll have to do tomorrow is give it a quick once over, get barriers out around the goal mouth for warm-ups, lights away and corner flags in. So happy days, takes the stress off of tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, we'll see you then. Tuesday, it is about 6:30 and we are in early today. Well, we're not in early for us, but we didn't actually need to be in early today. However, we are because we have got a fleet delivery coming. So people who have watched the channel for a while know that we use fleet line marker paints, and we've got a delivery of our 𝐼𝐵C container today to keep us going and ready for all the line marking ahead. Whilst this morning I've got a fair few meetings, Dan is going to be popping down to 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 Park to get some robot bits done, some divoting, some pitch prep and some brushing. And then we got a big game tonight, so we'll probably take the camera to the game. Hello you lot! I'm back, and haven't the boys done a fantastic job? It's looking fantastic up here, so we've given it a cut today, mainly just to roll it and try and close up the surface in order for there to be less cutting during the game and hopefully less bobbles. Lads have put the grow lights away. Dan is now just putting the pitch protection rope around the goal mouth, ready for training to start happening. What we basically do is we have the goalkeepers on the pitch, and then there's a north and a south training area outside of the pitch. That's where the team will be doing their warm-ups, so nothing's done on the pitch, thank God. We've done a couple of lines as well off the pitch to try and ease the goalkeeper warm-up, so hopefully they can use that as a goal line in order to do their warm-ups. Now, in order for them to use the areas for training, we've had to order some tower lights, so they have been delivered. We've already got one in place, that's on the back of the Ranger, that's in place. Stabilizers are down, ready to turn on and send up when the teams get here, but there's one more that we've got to get in place, so we're going to do that now and we are ready for tonight's game. Oh, Dan Doodles, did you do lots of filming?
Not really.
No?
Not any bits.
If you could summarise the day.
Oh, my day's been alright.
Oh, happy days.
It's all about you, but
Unfortunately, I've spent my days in strategy meetings and planning, so yeah, my brain is all over the place. But yeah, we're getting there. Let's get this tower light in place. That's it now, the lights are all on and we are ready for the players to arrive. Let's get on with game day. It's 11:30 at night, game is over. Didn't film anything in the game because what a palaver. In the 35th minute, with 10 minutes to go in the first half, we lost all the floodlights. Now I'm not an electrician and neither are the lads, but we were running around like blue arse flies because Real Bedford were 1-0 up. So we were trying to do what we can, to the point where we grabbed the portable lights that you saw us putting up earlier, tried to get them in the corners of the 2 floodlights that we lost. Everyone was running around like headless chickens. We managed to get the lights back on, the game went ahead. Game was delayed by about 20 minutes, which we knew for us was a problem because we saw the rain forecast and we were literally just getting away with it. But because the game got pushed back for the last like 20 minutes of the game, we did see a bit of rain. Now my phone's died, so I don't know how many millilitres we've lost, but it hasn't been ideal. However, could have been a lot worse. The pitch actually held up really well considering the last time it was played on under those circumstances. So yeah, it's clay-based pitch, no sand on it at all, like 30-year-old drainage. So I think I've painted the picture there. Anyway, after the game, we jumped straight on the divoting. We've done probably about an hour and a half of divoting, an hour, I can't remember. We've sorted goal mouths out, slotted, got some seed in the ground, and yeah, and then we've managed to get the grow lights back out, and we're just going to concentrate on there's a really bad area just here. So throughout this week, the next game's Saturday, throughout this week we're just going to push those lights up and try and recover that area as soon as we can. Listen, it's 11:30. The lads have put in a fantastic shift today. Everyone absolutely smashed it at half time. I ran round, did the divot, and at half time, really proud of all the guys. As soon as we've put the stakes out for the grow light cables, we are off home, and we'll be starting later in the morning just to try and recover some of that sleep time. But it's meant to be absolutely hammering it down tomorrow, so we'll see what we can get done. But again, just one of those things to say, it's a bloody nightmare if I'm honest. But it's all part of our industry and working round Mother Nature. Still bloody raining. Don't think it's going to stop now till Thursday. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Wednesday morning. We made the right decision last night to start late. It absolutely hammered it down this morning, and it is still raining. We've got a few bits and bobs. We've had to move a few things about. I've said bits and bobs again. What's wrong with me? We've had to move a few things about. We're going to go to a leaf clearance now, and then one of the Tracknology customers wants to upgrade their tanks. I was meant to do this on Friday, but we're going to make use of the rain, and I've contacted that customer and we'll be going up there today. But for now, let's get ahead to this leaf clearance. There were 3 in the van.
One named Dan.
And the other named
Jordan.
It's been a while since we've been in a van, isn't it? Feels a bit weird. If anyone wants to buy a van for a ridiculous price, because I'll have to charge an extortionate amount for it, let me know. Yeah, let's get over to the leaf clearance.
Where are we?
Made it to Essex. Twin tank system going on Skipper's Tracknology. Not doing much going on. So people there, they probably don't have me on camera. Do you know what I mean? All done. Catch up in a minute. So after a quick trip to Skipper's ground maintenance with the tank change, as you just saw, we're now on the way back to the unit. On the way through to the unit, we've just got to stop at 𝐸𝐵 Bedford and move the grow lights. About 10 minutes out now, so we've been travelling for about 2.5 hours. Don't know if Jordan's still awake. Is he awake? Yeah, he's awake. Right, let's go move these grow lights. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, boys? Explain what's happening, J-Man. We had a job booked in for this morning, cutting 2 pitches and then quadruplaying. We were told that today would be rain free until about 2 PM, but no chance. Absolutely hammered it down last night anyway, so even if it doesn't continue to rain, if it stays without, it's too wet for the ground. So yeah, I have to speak to the client and reorganise. Seems like a lot of reorganising at the minute. I think what we're going to do is head to 𝐸𝐵 Bedford. It's probably the only site that we can make any progress on by hand, or whether we can get kit on there, I don't know. But yeah, one of them. So we'll head over there. But another rain day, not good. It's got to be the slowest start to a year I've had. So okay, we're over at 𝐸𝐵 Bedford. 90% of the pitch is okay. It is soft in places. The pitch needs less bubbles. We also need to try and open it up to air it out. Now, I've spoken to a few people within the club. I've said it's a big risk trying to get stuff done today, but we really just need to get games on, because the league aren't going to be happy if we keep cancelling games. So what we are about to do is a big risk. However, if you don't take risks, you never get reward. So we can only see. One of the areas that's really bad, we've got some sand down. We're going to try and brush that in and open it up and try and get some sand into the soil profile today. And we've also got tomorrow and Saturday morning to get any remedials done as well. It is soft. As I said, if you was to look at the Groundsman's journal, what we're about to do is probably definitely not advised. But situations like this, you just have to try and get on. I think we might have got away with it. There's some areas that are obviously looking a lot sorer than others where there's been heavy gameplay or whatnot, but it's already firmed up loads underfoot, so hopefully tomorrow, with no rain tomorrow, it will dry out a bit. And then some of those really bad areas, we're going to try and distribute some sand in, get it into the slip marks of the quadruplay, and just try and get some sand down into that soil profile. Ideally we'd have a pro core, but you know,
I've not got every single piece of machinery on the planet, but it is something that I can see the need for, especially for situations like this. So maybe something we'll look at, but yeah, that's all I have to say right now. Well, we've left Real Bedford and we're on the way back to the unit. It's going to be a short day today because weather. We did have a bit of a break in the weather, but it's started to drizzle again now and it looks like the rain's coming in. So fingers crossed we can get some bits for tomorrow. But until then, we won't know. So we'll see you tomorrow. It's Friday. We were lied to again. It was meant to be no rain last night. Absolutely hammered it down. Everything is very, very soft. We are down at 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 Park just to give it a walk, see if there's anything that needs to be done. There was meant to be a game on here last night. The rain created waterlogging. No game was played. We're going to do what we can up here. I think we're going to struggle to find bits and bobs to do because it was divoted up on Monday and there's not been a game on it since. So yeah, we'll just give a quick walk of the pitch, see what needs doing, get on with that and then move on to the next tasks. And that's why we're getting sand down. Obviously not ideal, the sand will dry that area out and probably knock the grass back, but need to try and get games playable, and that's what it's all about, especially when there's like on average 4 games a week here. This place gets battered, but yeah, doing what we can. Yeah, I've had enough of this weather, man. We did go over to Real Bedford, we managed to do some bits, get sand down, etc., but nothing we're filming really. At the moment the pitch is playable. We know it's going to harm the pitch or it's not going to be the perfect playing surface for the players, but it is what it is. So we got a pitch inspection in the morning. There's a couple of line marking jobs we've got to do in the morning as well, and we've got someone out in the Polaris getting some school work done on the line marking front as well. So it's quite a bit going on tomorrow, but today it's 1 o'clock and we're having to call it, which obviously isn't ideal, but it is what it is. So I guess we'll see you then. 7:30. Saturday morning, we've been on the road since 7, about half an hour to our first line marking site. No rain today and the wind's picked up, so hopefully a couple of pitches dry out. As I mentioned yesterday, we've got some line marking that we've got to get done that we didn't manage to do yesterday because of the weather. So we're here to do that, and then we've got one pitch that we've got to go and do an inspection on, and then another pitch that we've got to do an inspection on, and also prepare it ready for a game if the game goes ahead. Busy, busy, busy Saturday, so let's get on with it. We're now back at the unit. Spent probably 52 hours this week getting the pitch playable for one of the games today. Been to see it this morning and it was playable in my opinion and all of my staff's opinion. However, the game was called off by the ref for whatever reason. No fundamental issues with the pitch from my side. I'm now just spending this time doing a bit of admin. Got a nip to the post office. Other than that, we'll be an early Saturday and we'll be back for next week with hopefully better weather on Monday. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I know that obviously it hasn't been as action-packed as our summer month videos or as they normally are, but it does show the raw reality of this industry and us working around and mitigating the weather, and I hope all of you are doing that well as well. Hope you're managing to stay sane and just keep plucking away. Just remember, we're not far away now from March, so happy days. Let's get back on those mowers. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Just before we go, I completely forgot that if you saw last week's video, you're probably still wondering who done the post when we did the would I lie to you thing. The 2 lies and 1 truth. Who was the truth?